Hi. You there, human. You're placed under arrest of the Otto City Civil Authority. What? Why? Though the City Embassy here is considered semi-territory of the City Empire, we have been monitoring an alarming number of weapon discharges and detonations from within the base. Inquiries to the staff of the embassy yielded no response. It would seem that contact had been cut. Our cameras recorded you entering the base shortly before contact was lost and fighting apparently began. It is the conclusion of the Otto Civil Authority that you are responsible for the disturbance here, and you are hereby placed under arrest. You will come with us to await your trial. As material witnesses, the individuals who accompany you will be detained at your vessel, and the vessel itself prohibited from leaving Manan. We will leave. Now, do not attempt to resist, or we shall resort to overwhelming force. Okay. Greetings, human. I'm called Wallace, and I've been selected as your arbiter for the duration of your trial. What have I been charged with? You've been charged with initiating violence within the City Embassy, murdering members of the Ambassadorial Commission of the City Empire, and disregarding your own laws regarding violence in Otto City. What can I do? I would first like to ask you a few questions regarding the events that led up to your arrest. I have already been given all relevant data on you and your companions, so that can be disregarded. For what reason did you enter the City Embassy? I broke in. Illegal acts seem to be common occurrence among the off-worlders. I'm not terribly surprised by your actions, but the judges want to hear a little more convincing reason. What is your prior association to the Sith? I'm on a mission to stop them from taking over the galaxy. The Sith are an expansionistic power, it's true, and they war with the Republic. You may make it your personal mission to foil them, but the authorities take a dim view of it taking place here. I think you will need more thorough explanation in order to convince the judges. That should be all the information required. If you wish, we can begin the trial whenever you're ready. Don't you need to ask more questions? I have all the information I need. We should proceed now. The judges are waiting. How can you expect to defend me without getting more information? I think this trial is relatively straightforward. It should be obvious to the judges what has transpired. I think I'd rather represent myself. While that is your right, I strongly recommend against it. I am versed in all the necessary particulars of this case in Salkat law, brother. You would do well to heed my advice. Fine, represent me. Very well, we shall proceed to the courtroom. I really hope I didn't just screw myself. Hi. While your high standing among the off-worlders of Manan may bring you some leniency from them, being a successful street rider brings you no credit here, human. You stand accused of the grievous murder of many Sith and extensive property damage to their embassy here. How do you plead? My client pleads not guilty, your honors. Allow him to continue. Let the record show that this trial has commenced. Presiding judges are Shelkar, Josa, Nalishekan, Kota, and Dula. The trial to determine the culpability and punishment of the individual in the recent assault of the embassy. Given the severity of this trial, we can disperse with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. You are cleared not guilty, yet there were reports of weapons fire and detonations from within the Sith embassy. You were seen entering and leaving the embassy. The Sith have not conferred with the authorities about this matter, but from all available evidence, it can see that you are the source of the disturbance. My client was here by circumstance and is not involved in the disturbance. Interrupt. What is up? You have something to say regarding your reasons for being there? I have this data pad has proved that the Sith are up to no good. Let it be noted that the court has taken this new evidence into consideration. This is most disturbing. The court will adjourn for a brief period to verify this evidence and discuss its importance. We have verified that this is indeed a Sith data pad, indicating that complicity in a plot to overthrow the lawful government of Manan. In gratitude for having discovered this heinous offense, all charges against you regarding this incident will be dropped. Pending a suitable penalty against the Sith, their embassy is considered off-limits to all Alta City security personnel. No calls or incidents from their base will be attended to until this matter is dealt with, as they are no longer subject to the protections of Selkat law. You've been found innocent and may leave as you desire. This trial is now over. Well, that was easier than I expected. Okay, so now I'm gonna go either to Sunry. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Sunry because he's way closer. Hey, Sunry.
Joey, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial.
Soon, old friend.
Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. But I suppose you know what you're doing. You know, the role of arbiter cannot be taken lightly.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, I was at the hotel.
Okay, right.
My war... Obviously the Sith. Any...
There are a few things I need to clear up.
Go ahead, ask.
Were you and Alasa having an affair?
I don't know what this must look like, yes. Yes, we were having an affair. I know it was wrong, but I'm a weak man. Alasa was beautiful and young. How was I to resist her charms? But I didn't kill her. I loved her. Please, I know I made a terrible mistake getting involved with Alasa, but I was going there to break it off with her. I did it, but found out later that she was dead. I don't deserve to go to jail just for having an affair, do I? You have to help me prove that I wasn't the killer.
I don't like how he's lying to me. If you think we
Go
need to
ahead.
clear up... there was a Rodian who planted evidence at the murder scene.
A Rodian? I didn't know there were any Rodians on Manan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who's hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rodians on Manan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask.
The judges said... No, I know you're guilty, Sunry. I've got the Republic's data recording.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, that something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it.
But the Sith found out the truth, didn't they?
The Sith must have been spying on me and Alasa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence. So they planted their own evidence. Alasa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago and given it to her Sith masters like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
I won't betray your secret. We'll go on with the trial.
But Sunry is a murderer. I'm sorry, old friend, but you are. I can't approve of this. You go ahead, however. If that's what you think is best.
I'm glad you decided to see reason in this. If I'm convicted, it could cause trouble for the Republic Embassy here on Manan. And none of us want that now, do we?
What? Huh? Why did I get dark side points for this? But I get way more points with the trial. It would be easier if I had him plead guilty and more right. How much dark side did I get? You know, when did I last save? Quick saving the Sith base, auto save, way before that. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go on with the trial. It's wrong, but whatever. I'm gonna get more experience. Nothing for now. Quick save. I want to begin Sunry's trial now. Certain human, once the trial has begun, it cannot be stopped. Once the judgment is given, the case can never be reopened. You must be certain your investigation is complete before you request the trial. This is for the role of arbiter. Are you certain you wish to begin the trial now? Yes, let's begin the trial. Very well, human. I shall advise the court and we will begin immediately. Let the record show that the trial of Sunry versus the Alta City Authority has commenced. Presiding judges are Shelkar, Josa, Naushakan, Koda, and Jula. This trial is to determine the culpability of Sunry in the death of the Sith Alasa. Representing Sunry, his defense is a member of the Jedi Order. Do you have any opening statements? I have no comments at this time. Acting as prosecutor for the Alta City Council as an impartial observer from the Sith Empire.
It is an honor to see justice served. And I will see Sunry is executed for the crime he has committed.
Do not be too overzealous in pressing your commission, Sith. The first matter of business then is the presentation of testimony by proprietor Ignis of the hotel where the murder occurred. What is the testimony you wish to give us?
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the blaster shot.
The guilt of the accused is apparent even this early in the trial.
Know your place, Sith. This is important evidence. The court will keep this in mind near the top of the list of pertinent facts. We will now begin by calling forward the witnesses to the crime and taking their testimony. After each witness has given testimony and you have cross-examined them, you may ask the presiding judges for their opinions on the current state of the case. This is a special privilege given by Manon law only to the defendant, so use it wisely. The first witness is Firith. The prosecution will question
You
witness
are
first.
Firith Me, the well-known Pazak player. I wonder if we can trust the word of a gambler as reliable testimony.
Objection, Your Honors. Objection sustained. Ask the witness your questions and do it properly.
Of course, Your Honor. Firith Me, what did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of the building.
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Elassa was fired.
A very pertinent point, prosecutor. It is now the defense's turn to cross-examine the witness. Elassa is a Dark Jedi, isn't she?
Yes, from what I could tell, she carried a lightsaber under that cloak of hers.
Objection! That doesn't prove she was a Jedi.
No, this piece of evidence is very important to establish the character of Elassa and perhaps her intent in dealing with Sunry. Do you have additional questions? Did you actually see the murder happen?
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no, but I don't think there could have been anyone else there.
Your point is well taken, Arbiter. Do you have additional questions? Was the medal left at the crime scene not a little too obvious?
I think it may have been. I mean, you'd have to be pretty stupid to leave something that important lying around, wouldn't you?
The argument has merit. Do you have additional questions? I have no additional questions. Very well. Would you like to use this opportunity to poll the judges? Yes. I do not have enough information to make an informed decision. I'm unsure as yet as to whether Sunny was actually the actual murderer. I cannot make any decisions from what I have not seen. I just do not have enough to judge the case. I cannot tell if Sunny killed Elassa, but I am confident it will be proven. Since the defense has no further questions, we will call out the second witness, the Rodian Glupor. The prosecution may question the witness.
Glupor the Rodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunry leaving Elassa's room, didn't you?
Yes, Glupor sees Sunry start running down hallway and Glupor look at the room, sit woman dead on the floor.
This is clear then, that Sunry left the room with the Sith Elassa already dead behind him.
Perhaps, said perhaps, it is the turn of the defense to question the witness now. Did you plant the medal on Elassa? Glupor.
Don't do it, Glupor.
The prosecution will be silent. What is it you wish to say, Glupor? Glupor paid by Sith to plant that medal.
Lies! Slander! I object!
You are certain of this, Glupor? Glupor is certain. This new evidence puts the entire case in a new light. You wish to ask the witness anything else? Isn't the medal of the crime scene too obvious a clue? Glupor not know why anyone leaving things in someone else's room. Glupor just think these things happen. It is just odd. Yes, odd indeed. You wish to ask the witness anything else? Did you see Sunry kill Elassa? Glupor not see Sunry really hurt Sith, but Glupor did see Sunry leaving the room with dead Sith in it. But Glupor not see him really kill Sith. An important distinction, Arbiter. You wish to... Nope, I have no additional questions. Yes. I think Sunry could not have committed this crime. Sunry perhaps was not the killer. I cannot make a decision on what I have yet seen. I do not believe Sunry, as a well-standing Republic citizen, could have committed this crime. I cannot tell yet if Sunry killed Elassa, but incompletely proven. Defense has no more questions. The court will call out Aurora, Sunry's wife.
You, Elora, are Sunry's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the Sith for his injury?
Yes. I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunry seeks revenge on the Sith for what they did to him and killed Elassa.
A supposition for now. Could the prosecutor's defense have any questions for the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the witness has no additional questions. He will be silent. The prosecution will be silent. The defense has no more questions. The court will call out Aurora, Sunry's wife. You are certain of this crime? I cannot make a decision on what I have yet seen. I do not believe Sunry, as a well-standing Republic citizen, could have committed this crime. I cannot tell yet if Sunry could have committed this crime. Defense has no more questions. The court will call out Aurora, Sunry's wife. Was it true your husband was having an affair with Elasa?
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the affair.
Be silent, you've already questioned the witness, prosecutor.
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised. But now things have become so very complicated.
This is very enlightening evidence of the influence of deliberation of the Sith. Any more questions? Sunry was a Republic war hero, wasn't he?
Yes. He fought against the Sith in the last war. He fought bravely and was even awarded the Hero's Cross. I don't know how much that means to the Sith or to your Selkath, your honors. But in the Republic, it is awarded only to the bravest, most valorous, most honorable men. The kind of man who earns that medal would not kill someone in cold blood.
Your husband earned a medal because he excelled at killing Sith. It relates directly. Do not let personal opinions sway your judgment of the law. Do you have any more questions, Arbiter? Sunry was a cripple. Could he have killed Elasa?
He was a good man, but his injuries pained him terribly. But he always held on, always persevered. I don't think he could have beaten her or anything like that. But a blaster? I just don't know.
Sure, he seems awfully confident to me, but it seems unlikely he would choose to do such a thing. Do you have any more questions? I have no additional questions. Yes. I do not have enough information. I'm unsure yet. I cannot make my decision. I do not believe he's committed. I cannot tell yet, but I'm confident.
I wish to call forth Sunry himself, your honors.
Very well.
Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunry? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its heroes.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike the Sith? Even hate them?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocents.
Pure politics. Were you in Elasa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I was. I had been having an affair with Elasa and my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there to end it.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind and tried to flee.
No,
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Do not interrupt the accused. In fact, I think you've said quite enough already, Prosecutor. Any questions, Arbiter? Elasa was a Sith spy. How could Elasa have got a hold of your medal?
I don't know. The medal had gone missing some time ago. I never found out what happened to it. It's possible the Sith had stolen it and had it planted on the body.
Supposition, your honors?
Sure, it does not have merit and deserves consideration. You were going to end the affair. Would the Sith object?
Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be.
Be silent, Prosecutor. This is a valuable point that lends some credence to your defense, Arbiter. Is there anything else? I have no additional questions. Will you use yes? Sunry could not have committed this crime, unsure. Cannot make a decision. Do not believe. Cannot tell yet, but I'm confident. Have all been called forward and questioned by both the prosecution party will now present in closing its summary of the pertinent facts of this case.
I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elasa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and material evidence places him there at the time of the murder as well. I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, your honors, to this very conclusion.
Indeed, and your closing statements, Arbiter? No one actually witnessed the murder. Truth?
Well, that doesn't mean a thing. He was there, running from the room.
If you speak out of turn again, you will be forcibly ejected from the court. The Arbiter speaks a valid fact. Anyone, another you would make? Elasa was a spy and the Sith are framing Sunny. I find that humbly the Sith have no need to such a section. The facts speak clear. The Sith have been known for violence, deception, and murder before. That is also true. Is there another? My arguments are complete. And I call you now deliberate amongst ourselves. This isn't looking good, guys. The court hereby finds Sunry innocent of the murder of the Sith Elasa.
Your honors! No!
Silence! The verdict has been delivered and this trial is now over.
Oh, Sunry, I'm so glad.
Elora, thank you for saving me. I don't know how I can repay you. Elora and I are going to leave here and get as far away from all this as soon as we can. I and the Republic will not forget what you've done for us. Thank you.
This was wrong, but I had to do it, you know. Did I get dark side points for that or just 750 experience? 400? What? 400 experience? Hold up. Don't I get like 500 experience? Want to begin Sunry's trial? Well, yes. Sunry is guilty of the murder. I have this recording as proof. A recording. Let this new evidence be entered into records. This new evidence is most convincing. Yes, it seems to be. This orders the trial consideration. In light of this new evidence, there is no need to proceed with the witness or cross-examinations. This court hereby finds Sunry guilty of the murder of the Sith Elasa. In accordance with Selkat law, the precipitating punishment for murder is death. The verdict has been delivered and this trial is now over.
This is the will of the court, but it doesn't feel like justice to me.
Remove the guilty party from this courtroom.
Oh, Sunry, no!
Nope, 400 experience still. Only one way he survives and the other way he doesn't. Alright then, in that case we're gonna load that game where he survived. I thought that they got 750 evidence, I said. 750 experience for some reason, but I obviously do not. Hi. Since trial is over, you're no longer the arbiter, I cannot allow you into the cells. Screw you. Hey, Judge. Up the sports and give them any time. Okay, so, Jolie.
Got something.
So what do you think of Sunny's verdict?
Innocent. I don't know what to make of it, to tell the truth. Do you think justice has been done?
No, not really.
But that has little to do with the law, doesn't it? Sad state of affairs, that. Too bad, really. Sunry was a good man once. I don't want to talk about this anymore. My jaw aches.
Okay, so he's done.